Hey there, Jamie with Brazelton Realty here, and today we're going to look at the year-end real estate summary for 2020. All right, yes, 2020 has been one heck of a year, but when it comes to real estate, we've continued to see it climb here in Greeley, so let's take a look at that right now. Here's a graph that we generated, and this is a 2-year graph, so it starts in 2019, but if you can see 2020 hit and it just continued. There's a little bit of a leveling off, but it just continued to climb. Right now the average sales price in Greeley is $353,000, which is really pretty good, and it continues to climb from last year, even though we've been having all these other issues. Partly that's been due to the low APR that we've seen within the lending world. It's continued to drive the housing prices up. People can buy more house for their money. There's also a lot of refinancing. So lenders and appraisers are very challenged right now. And so when we look at the days on the market, we certainly can see that there's a spike that we saw in July, but it's still, even with that spike, it's spiking up to like 59 days on the market. So average is 56 days on the market here in Greeley for the last year, and that is just extremely low when you consider that typically it takes about 30 days for a buyer to go through the full lending process, and that's if they don't have a house to sell. If they have a house to sell, usually I plan on at least 45 days minimum. And so that's included in this days on market graph here. If we look at this year, we've seen over 1,600 new properties get listed. So that is not high for Colorado or for Greeley. So that is actually down from what we've seen in years past. In the dollar volume, when we look, it's $514 million in closed sales in Greeley in 2020. That dollar amount is actually lower, even though the sales price has gone up. The actual volume sales volume has gone down in Greeley. So all that to say this, the housing market in Greeley is still really strong. It's still very much a seller's market. Why? It's because we don't have a ton of properties on the market, but that depends on what price point you're obviously looking at. If we start diving into different price points, it'll start telling a little bit different of a story. So I would encourage you, if you are thinking of selling your property or buying a property here in Greeley, reach out to your local real estate agent, give me a call. I'd love to talk to you, buy you a cup of coffee, and sit down and figure out what's the best strategy to get you the most house for your money, or to get you the highest price for the house that you want to sell. Now, I hope this was helpful. I hope you found this information valuable. I look forward to meeting with you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.